This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No. Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL.
That was good.
It's Friday, everybody. We're laughing. The ladies looking good. Music video good.
Right?
Music video good.
Woo, woo, woo. That's my music video.
I'm channeling my Diana Ross. It's
Yes.
my house.
Yes.
I live here.
I just do their taxes. That's what I look.
And I'm just the creep at the end of the bar. All right, welcome to DBL. It was a dramatic finale on the Golden Bachelor last night. Did you guys tune in? Gary ended up proposing to Teresa after dumping Leslie the night before, but he did have Teresa worried. Let's take a look.
I came to the realization that you're not the right person for me to live with. You're the person that I can't live without.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was so good.
Gare, that was good. I just said it and I was like, wait a second. I thought he was proposing. Gare, you dog. All right, Leslie and Gary reunited after the Rose special. She said she was blindsided by not being chosen after he said she was the one. Gary did apologize, but some fans weren't buying it and felt like he did Leslie dirty, Erica.
Yeah, you know, after watching The Bachelor and Bachelorette for so many years, I mean, not consistently, but, you know, you get to the point where you're like, okay, clearly these people are starting to say the same things to different people. I don't know what falling in love in an expedited situation would be like. So I'm sure there have been intimate moments where you're just saying what's on your heart, you're trying to be open, and then you say, I love you, or, you know, I don't think I can live without you, and then everything changes. Like, this is a reality show, and there's all these obstacles and things that are put in your way in order to make that flexible. However, I said weeks ago that Gary was going to pick Teresa and that Leslie should be the next Bachelorette. I think Teresa really, she just fit in with Gary. Gary needed someone that could fit in with him. Leslie is like a wild card. She was like a backup dancer for Prince. She is a fitness instructor who likes to travel a lot. She doesn't really scream to me, I'm going to live in your lake home in Indiana.
With the dog.
With the dog.
Right.
Yeah.
In the J. Crew ad.
Yeah. I think she needs someone who's more on her vibe, and I know that there are men her age out there like that. So I would like to see her as the Bachelorette.
I mean,
I
think that's a great call, and I think Erica taking it a step further. I think Leslie, it could be the arrow's head of just this movement. I mean, we saw with the popularity of the show, there's a lot of women. Look at your mama. Look at my mama. Young. They got their education. Their kids are grown as hell. And now they're like, hey, let's go travel. Let's go meet people. I want to go do these things. And I think she embodies what a lot of women in this country are feeling. The first generation women that aren't going to be handcuffed to the stove making cookies for the grandkids unless they want to. There are a lot of it's this generation, and I think she could be the face of it. She looks like a bad chick.
Yeah.
You know, she rocks clothes. She's fashionable, well-traveled. I think like somebody needs to grab her for a marketing campaign because I think she represents a large chunk of this country that's been unspoken to up until this point.
Yeah, I think ABC's grabbing her. My question is this, are they going to get rid of the old Bachelor? Has this overtaken the need for the other Bachelor?
Would you
know
say
what
they're
I'm
two demos?
Yeah. So maybe it's best to just hit both. It's so nice to see that this demo got such high ratings, and it's like when they did Black Panther, remember, and Crazy Rich Asians, they're like, you mean non-white people want to see movies too?
Right.
It's like, yeah, older people want to have love and sexy fantasy suites, huh?
That's a good point.
Well, the ratings speak for themselves.
They sure
it
do.
will be interesting when they bring back the regular Bachelor, how people will view it. When you think about the demographic of people who are watching broadcast television,
it's much
we
older.
are talking about an older audience. So I don't, but you know, people stream and all that stuff, so we'll see.
All right, but last night's finale also ended with a big announcement. Gary and Teresa's wedding will air live on ABC on January 4th, so people can't get enough. They told People magazine why they wanted to rush to the altar. Take a look.
You know, when you're in your 20s and you put something off for a year, it's a very small percentage of your life. In your 70s, if you put something off for a year, it could be 10% of
Yeah, that's right.
So the clock ticks faster.
They're gonna,
We're all kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah. But like, why won't
they said the
anybody say
quiet
it?
part out loud.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
Yeah,
they're gonna die sooner. It's like,
I know, but it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible.
It's not romantic, but it's real.
I mean,
Erica's not
I
having
mean, we all understand how mammals work, right?
Yeah.
Like, we know that there's a kind of cap at around a certain age. The fact that we can't talk about it, and we who have talked about war and everything under the sun on this panel, and Jeff's over there like, death? Like, yeah, they're gonna die. I'm closer to getting...
Will you stop saying they're going to die? Like, nobody...
It's not bad.
Listen, let me put a different spin on this. One that's not Al Jackson spin.
I don't
the morbid.
You have gone through certain things, and I think people who have been in relationships, marriages, perhaps they didn't work, or for one reason or another, you're not together. When that happens and you find someone who you consider to be a great love of your life, you don't have those same type of, like, the trepidation doesn't feel as strong. So I can understand whether you're 40 and you find someone that you're like, oh my gosh, this is like actually my person, or you're 70. Anytime you have life experience like that, there isn't a need to be like, okay, we're gonna wait 2 years. Like, what are y'all waiting for? If you thought that you were in love enough to get engaged, why do you need 2 years to plan a wedding? Just do it at that point.
That's the line.
Your lives are totally different at 40 and 70, but we gotta move.
Yeah, we gotta move
I'm
on.
saying...
I won.
He's got a
No,
lot
you didn't win anything. How did you win? I'm saying that when you have life experience...
Did you do the wag?
When you have life experience, whether you're 40 or 70, and you know that you found your person, there's no need to, like, wait. What are you waiting for?
Do you think it would be harder to get life insurance at 40 or 70?
Oh my God, move on.
We aren't even talking about the same thing.
Well, why would that be?
We're not
Because
talking about the same thing.
That's what he was talking about. He said
you don't
clock's
have to be
ticking.
like, we're gonna die.
He said it.
We're talking about love.
Gary
this is
said
new
it.
love, and you're just over here going,
Gary
they're gonna
wasn't
die.
talking about new love.
They're gonna
Gary
die
wasn't talking about
tomorrow.
new love.
The life is over.
Listen, I'm going to end this. Al, he's got a lot of life to live. In 10 years, he's going to run for president. There we go. Nobody got that joke, but they did, and they didn't want to laugh. All right. Everybody could agree on this. Yes! Beyoncé was in London for the premiere of her Renaissance Tour movie. Here she is in a black sparkly dress with a bodysuit underneath. She later changed into the silver beaded bodysuit with a blue jewel in the middle.
That's amazing.
But everyone is talking about a moment that Beyonce's mom, Tina, posted on social media. Very sweet. While taking pics, Beyonce noticed her daughter, Blue Ivy, was cold. So like a mother, she goes to get her something to warm her up. And Tina said the moment brought her to tears. Just being a mom.
Yeah.
Just being a good old mom, but she's Beyonce.
I'm sure she still can't wrap her head around what she's looking at. You know, because as a parent, you just want your kid to be successful and then to
warm.
hopefully get a grandbaby or two out of it. Your daughter is arguably the most successful person in the Western Hemisphere. Taylor Swift might have something to say about that. And then your granddaughter looks like she's following in those footsteps. So I think, as a grandmother, I can't imagine how proud she was.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get this in too. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she also made the trip to London to support Beyonce at the premiere. Taylor wore this long silver gown. As you may remember, Beyonce made a surprise appearance at Taylor's Eras movie premiere back in October. Taylor also paused to take selfies and greet her fans that were lined up along the red carpet. But a lot of people are talking about a report that's been appearing on social media saying Taylor and her ex Joe Alwyn were once married. That was a long way just to get to this point, you know what I mean? But Taylor's publicist went online to shut down the rumors. Meantime, we're just going to transition again. Green Bay, Wisconsin is getting ready for the possibility that Taylor will show up to the Chiefs game to watch her boo, Travis Kelce, take on the Packers this weekend. Some venues are hosting Taylor's themed dance party. There's even a Swiftie guide to the city.
Okay, let's circle back.
Wow.
Let's circle back because actually this was Beyonce's night. And I say that with all due respect and between the Bayhive and the Swifties, because I am so proud to be in the middle of this intersectionality in 2023 where we see queens and icons collaborating because people at the bottom compete, people at the top collaborates, okay? So I hope that this is really something, whether it was Beyonce going to Taylor's premiere or Taylor coming to Beyonce's premiere, that people really get into. Because I think that we've, especially as women, we're so often pitted against each other. If one person's succeeding, then the other person can't. And there's always a way to amplify each other by being the best at what you do together. So I love this so much.
But at some point you have to compete.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
You
we
don't.
won't talk about that.
You don't have
Sometimes
to
there's just one
compete.
position.
And the older you get, the less
What's
time-
auditioning in
And
LA?
then you die.
Then that's just not your opportunity. But it's not
no, it's
to
my
say because
opportunity to
someone
beat you
else-
and get this role.
Yeah, but it's not to say, to me, if someone else, if I'm auditioning for the same role as someone
It's
else.
Friday.
Then if they get it, that's their job. That doesn't mean that they are better than me. It just means that they were more fitted for that job.
Listen, here's the bottom line.
It's all about how you think, Al.
Yeah, I think
In the
I got
words
the
of
role.
Al Jackson, let's end this, we're all gonna die.
Yep, yep, yep.
That was weird. That was weird. I have a question. Do you ever?
Weigh in on what we're talking about.
Do you think Taylor
Was I
and
being morbid?
No, I agree with you completely. I think they're gonna die, and that's real. Do you think Taylor and Beyonce will ever do a collab? Maybe. Would that explode?
What would be
because
the
there's
pros
too-
and cons in your opinion?
I don't think that now is the time.
I agree.
I think that if they did something, it would be like when Beyonce hopped on Meg Thee Stallion Savage type thing. I
Yeah.
don't think it would be like we're going into the studio together. I think it gets dropped in the middle of the night, something that they merge together. Yeah,
Put together.
I think they
it'd
would
be
need
good.
like maybe a project to put a track towards, so there was kind of a purpose for it, and then that way it would define it like, oh, this is a song about positivity or it's a dance track or something. But I think if they just collaborated on somebody's album, whose album would that be on?
Right. Who would it go to?
You
Or would it be
you
a
would
single?
then start to get into sales and things like that. Who could perform it live?
So there's also more Swiftie news if you guys want to know.
I do.
Jack Antonoff,
You
her
got enough Swiftie news?
dude, there was a lot, and you didn't even let us talk in between. You just kept going like a papyrus scroll.
Plugged in like 8 stories. They're like, hey, it's Christmas and Taylor Swift has a new album.
And let's talk about this. So Jack Antonoff, who's her producer, put out a picture and said right after this moment when Taylor was eating raisins or whatever in 12/21, she wrote, "You're losing me." The problem with that is that's a breakup song, and that was against Joe Alwyn. So what that means for us Swifties is that the timeline's been off. She's been broken up with Joe Alwyn for years. So she hasn't just jumped to Travis Kelce. She was single. She was that.
Welcome back to DBL. Felicity Huffman has broken her silence 4 years after the college admission scandal. I cannot believe it's been 4 years.
It's been 4. I think it was last month.
I didn't think it was that long ago.
my
Could have finished
Lord.
college in that time.
I was just going to say 4
You're
years.
exactly
I was
right.
gonna think
That was a better joke.
I was gonna
Like
say
he's the
it.
comedian. And we're not. Felicity and fellow actress Lori Loughlin spent time in prison for paying bribes, if you remember, to get her kids into college. In Felicity's case, she paid $15,000 to have someone correct the wrong answers on her daughter's SAT test. She told ABC7 the mastermind of the scheme, Rick Singer, said her daughter wouldn't get into college otherwise. Let's watch.
When he slowly started to present the criminal scheme, it seemed like, and I know this seems crazy at the time, that was my only option to give my daughter a future. And I know hindsight is 20/20, but it felt like I would be a bad mother if I didn't do it.
That's such.
Or he had a heart.
Were they in a women's
Take?
prison for that
Yeah,
interview? Where was that?
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. Let me finish this. Felicity spent 11 days in
Yep.
prison. That's right. Wow, tough.
Yeah.
Paid a
Shawshank.
$30,000 fine and did 250 hours of community service. I forgot that's all she spent in there.
and-
Maybe it
and-
has been 4 years.
And she like crocheted her. I'm sure it was like a nice, prison. That's absolutely insane. I mean, I'm sorry. I know Felicity Huffman. I like her. She's a very smart woman. Maybe her daughter couldn't get into the top schools. Maybe you didn't get into Yale, Harvard, the Ivies. There's certainly a school her kid could have gotten into, and there's no way her brain didn't know that. She was convinced by that guy, Rick Singer. She's been through all of Hollywood. She knows the skeezes and the sleazes, and that guy was one of them. He was sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison. I'm just saying, I didn't buy that at all. I just didn't
What
buy
do you think,
that.
Eric? Because I agree with Tori, but I think I'll just say this, and then you got the rest of the block. I just don't think there have been any situations in her life where money couldn't take care of it.
Agreed. It's interesting because my mother was a college professor for
Shout out,
decades.
Dr. Cobb.
Yeah, and then my brother played football at a university, and when you see how the business of university, I'm not saying what she did was right because I think we all know that I've never felt that way. However, there are so many ins and outs when it comes to the business of university finances, how your money can be used in order to gain access and power. Mm-hmm. So when she's talking about it, it's like I don't feel like this is crazy. I don't. I never did. I think that the way that people utilize it is disgusting because it diminishes the access for so many deserving people. But ultimately, she served her time. She paid her fine. It's over.
Yeah, I just think her excuse now was bupkis. I just don't get why she did it. It makes me, I would have forgotten about this had she not just brought that up, and now I believe her less for her
why don't you say, you know what, looking back, I think maybe a summer program for my daughter to learn a little better, to pass
Get
that
some
test
tutoring.
might have been the answer.
Yeah, that's what I think.
We gotta go. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Soap star Donna Mills is the perfect pick for her latest role in Lifetime's Ladies from the 80s, A Diva's Christmas. Earlier, we caught up with her. Take a look.
Donna, welcome back to DBL. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So let's talk reality TV because in the past you've shared that you are not a fan, but we've been talking a lot about the Golden Bachelor. So what are your thoughts?
Do you know what? Everybody's talking about the Golden Bachelor. I haven't watched it, but seeing his picture there, I'm going to start.
Donna.
I love her, little vixen.
You dirty dog. All right. Let's get into this. You played a villain on Knots Landing. So how did you channel Abby in your new movie, Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas?
Well, in the movie, we're all supposed to have been on a soap opera together, the same soap opera at different varying times and that. So I could kind of say in my mind that the character that I played on this soap opera, which was called Great Lakes, that it was an Abby-like character. And so I could relate back that way. You know, it made it all very real for all of us. I mean, it was very real for all of us because we all knew each other and we all, you know, liked each other. And so it was really fun.
Well, that's what I want to ask you about, you know, playing a character. Did it cross over to your real life? Because, you know, I've heard you say that playing a diva on Knots Landing actually cost you friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, people did think that, you know, I saw people when I was out in, you know, public and stuff like that, like a lady would come and put her arm to her husband's arm and kind of move him away. I was sort of known for stealing people's husbands. So
better safe than sorry.
Donna, could I ask you quick? Sorry, I don't want to cut your question off. But how many people in your life have asked you, "Hey, could you like fake slap me, like soap opera slap"? Do you get that a lot?
Yes, people do. But there's an absolutely funny gag reel that we did where there was a slap going on. Valine slapped Abby, and then they kept the camera rolling, and every member of the cast and crew came through and slapped me.
It's like that airplane scene, you know, where they all slap. That's very funny. All right, we got to ask you about this, Donna. Last week, Dolly Parton rocked a Dallas Cowboys cheerleading outfit. She's, I believe, 77 years old. We think she looked amazing. Some people said she's too old to wear something like that. We want to know, what are your thoughts on her wearing it?
And you're asking me?
Yeah.
Wear it? Why shouldn't she wear it?
Amen, sister.
She looked fabulous.
Yes.
And what does it matter how old she is? She can still rock it. She can still do it. Good for her.
Oh,
Amen. Well said. Okay, so the holidays are on the horizon. We're all very excited. Do you have any special plans for the holidays?
Well, this year, every other year, I give a big Christmas party at my house and do all the decorating myself and everything, and it's a big deal, but it's every other year. And this year is the other year, and I'm going to Colorado to see my family there, my brother and all his kids.
Oh, we're in Colorado. You can come by and
Donna, come on set and give me a good old crack.
Slap the panel.
Okay.
We'll have our people call your people. Donna, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming back on DBL and DBL Nation. You can see Donna Mills and Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas, airing this Saturday on Lifetime. We can't wait to watch. We'll be right back. Thank you, Donna.
Thanks,
Happy
Donna.
holidays.
Thank you.
So funny.
Welcome back. The winter season can be complicated for some, especially those with arthritis. But there are some things that you can do to your diet that can help keep your symptoms under control. I got it. I'm under control. It's time for some joint and muscle support brought to you by Omega XL. First, green vegetables like broccoli, spinach, and Brussels sprouts are high in antioxidants and help reduce inflammation. Next, vitamin D is essential and can be found in foods like dairy, eggs, and mushrooms. And most importantly, drink a lot of water instead of teas or sugary sodas. Staying hydrated is key in maintaining joint health. Omega XL has improved the lives of millions of consumers, supported by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 800-814-6985 or visit OmegaXL.com for more information. So is like iced tea not a good option?
Tea is a diuretic, so it makes you pee more, which is fine, but if you want to keep hydration in, water is a better choice.
Really? Is this a hard out? All right, we'll see you Monday. No credits.